This is our Caterpillar D6C. It's a 1964. We're gonna go clear some land with it. We're adding more members of the team to the farm. We're selling more product, so we got to expand a little bit. We need some more land to grow potatoes on. So we've got this dozer here my father purchased about 30 years ago. We used it to clear a couple of fields across the road that we've got our potatoes in now. Probably about 30 acres he cleared over there with it, Mom and Dad did. And now we're going to go to the back of our farm where we've had it logged maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and just never had the time to get to clearing it. But now we can't wait any longer. We've got to get some land clear, got to get some more acreage to grow potatoes. We got this brush blade for it that we got about 15 years ago. We made some custom mounts to put it on this dozer. This isn't originally for this blade on this dozer. Justin's gonna give me a hand. We're gonna get this pinned up onto the dozer. We're gonna head out and start breaking some ground. Justin got the pins in. Peter gave us a hand. Next thing, put some fuel in this thing and head out to the field. We're out here at what we call the seed field. It's our furthest west field right on our property line. We've already taken the drone out and scoped out the area, and you can see the definitive lines of where I'm going to go, where it used to be field and where it was logged. So I'm just going to follow those same lines. I'm going to cut a path here on the east side, get over to the existing field, and then just as we have time, I'm going to start over there and work my way this way, pushing the brush to the east, kind of that direction. So I've never used the brush blade before. This is going to be a learning experience. I got about 45 minutes before the end of the day. So we're going to learn a lot here, about 45 minutes I hope, and maybe figure out how to do this. I've YouTubed it a little bit, so that's about the extent of the knowledge I have. Supposed to go as shallow as you can to pick up the roots, but you want to leave all the topsoil because obviously we're a farm, we're growing crops in the topsoil. So we want the most precious thing to us is the topsoil, but that's what all the brush, the trees, everything are growing in. Really dry right now. This is perfect conditions to be clearing land. If the ground was wet, the roots would be holding the dirt, holding the soil, and you'd end up pushing all your beautiful soil down over the bank. So this is really dry. Hopefully, if I can fluff it up with the blade, it should release the soil, drop it back onto the field, and I can roll it and just push over the brush and the sticks and stumps. Trying to do things as fast and efficient as I can because there's all kinds of stuff to do here on the farm. But the plan is push it down over the bank. Worst case, we'll windrow it and do it and finish it next year. We're not going to get this done this year anyways. We've got a couple of days here. We're waiting for the potatoes to be ready to harvest. So we've got a little bit of time. We're going to take a stab at this and see how we can do it. So it's the next day. Last night we learned quite a bit in the 45 minutes. This is what we got done. Back over there is the road where we started. Got maybe 100 feet, 150 feet. So we're going to check the fluids on the dozer, fuel it up, and then we can start in for the day. I learned a lot though. At the beginning I was pulling up too much dirt and hauling that down over the bank with me. So as I went along I got a little bit better at kind of just rolling it and bumping it up and trying to get that dirt to fall out of it before it went down over the bank. So we're getting it figured out. We're gonna run this all day today and see how far we can get with it. Got to get over to the other field and then start working that field back this way. Bought this Caterpillar D6 30 years ago, and it came just the way we have it. So it's got this big forestry cap put on it. This isn't original. This was added by the logger that we bought it from. It comes in real handy when you're pushing through the trees. You get all these saplings pushing up into me. And without the cap, it'd be a lot sketchier. But even with it, you'll see some of the trees poking up and trying to get me. But some of the other things the logger did, he added on these extra cleats onto the tracks. These aren't original. These grousers, these raised up pieces, these have been welded on. The original track was just that low spot there. And so we added these on for extra traction in this kind of scenario, driving over logs. This winch, it came on the machine, but it's been gutted. We were told that it had everything in it to work, but there's nothing in here. There's nothing inside, there's no gears, nothing. So it's just a paperweight essentially on the back of this machine. We would use it for logging if we had it, but it's hard to find parts for these old machines now.
I think we might want to punch a hole along the edge of the woods, so you've got a place to put your stuff from the edge of the seed field back to the road up there. Clear it on the east so you've got some place to push it that doesn't have tree roots under it.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think that's our best bet to get some land cleared quickly.
You can't do this in a wet year. You got to do it when it's dry so that the dirt will shake out of the roots. The drought that we've had the last couple of months in northern Maine has created the best conditions we've had in 5 years anyway. So pushing out the trees now, the topsoil is getting left behind, and we've got a root rake on the front of the bulldozer, and that's combing through and able to rip those small trees that grew back. And these trees are only 1 to 2 inches in diameter. They've got no marketable value. They're not big enough to mess around with. So we're uprooting the trees, pushing them out of the way, and as soon as we get this field cleared, we're going to seed it down to cover crops, get it into transition so we can start to grow commercial organic crops.
That worked pretty good to do the 2 piles. It really can move a lot more than you think. Just got to figure out how to be able to push as much as possible at once. Well, this is the end of the day. We're getting done here. Cleared the other side, pretty much even with the first side. So now we're just gonna take the harrow through and the rock picker on that side, and we should have a good square, maybe 3 acres cleared so far. We'll go finish potato harvest and get back to this afterwards, I hope. We'll see what other projects we gotta tackle.
So all the farmland in northern Maine was once woods. Northern Maine to this day is probably 5 million acres of woods. Of the 60 acres that we farm now, we've cleared the trees and bushes off about 35 acres already. We've taken the bushes off, taken the trees off, and opened it back up to farmland. There's a lot of woodland in New England that once was agricultural land, and then it was abandoned and the trees grew back up. So this process is taking those trees off so that we can turn this back into ag land. So we can turn this into a field that we can grow organic crops like potatoes on, or hay and clover and like that. So the 10 acres that we're going to clear here is, just more of what we've done, and then clearing the trees out just puts it back into agricultural land.
Well, that's the end of the 3 days clearing this plot of land. Next thing we're gonna do is go back to harvesting potatoes. So we're all out of time for this project until at least we're done harvesting potatoes. We've got a couple of building projects we've got to get done after harvest. So we'll see if we get some more time to get back to this. We're gonna get an inch of rain tomorrow, so that's really gonna put a damper on this because the dirt's not gonna fall off the roots near as well once there's an inch rain on. It's almost like a dust cloud kind of when you're out here pushing this stuff. So it's perfect conditions, but a little bit of rain is going to really make this a lot harder. So we got quite a bit done. We got about 1.5 acres, maybe 2 acres done and cleared, ready to be harrowed. There's a bunch more ground up here, that long strip that needs to be gone over for a 3rd time. Basically what I did was I laid all the trees down one way, and then I turned side perpendicular to that, and I pushed 85% off into the woods down over the bank, and then I went back perpendicular to that run again, and I went about 4 inches in the soil and popped as much as I could out, and just rolled it and rolled it and rolled it, trying to keep the dirt, get the dirt out of it. And then I pushed that windrow down over the bank as well. So it's got about 3 passes on this to get to the finished grade, or the finished product. And that section over there has got like a pass and a half over it. So that needs to be done again. So I can't finish this stuff until I push all of this down over the bank. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna get to harvesting. So this is day 4 on land clearing. Justin's got our old Vibra-Shank that about 12 years ago we stripped apart to put some teeth on the newer one that we had just purchased that has the fold-out wings. So we took this old one, it's all stripped down, and we grabbed this one that I paid $75 for at an auction. And Justin took all the teeth off this one here, and we're gonna put a full row of teeth just on the back of this Vibra-Shank. And then we're gonna take that out and run it over the ground that I've completely cleared with the Dozer. I've done 3 to 4 passes on. And this will hopefully grab all the last little sticks, and he'll just go crossways across the field, and the teeth in the back will pick it up, and then come up to the woods, pick it up, dump out the sticks and stumps, and then drive around, do it again. And that should get rid of, I'm hoping, 90% of the sticks. There's still gonna be a bunch of little stragglers that we'll pick up when we pick rocks when we plant it, but this should get a lot of it. After this, we might run the rock picker through, just do every inch of the field with a rock picker, but that would be the absolute last step before we plant. So he's going to put it up here on the 1750. He just took the sprayer off, so that's ready to go, and then throw these teeth on, and then we're going to give it a try. That's doing a great job. It's really picking up a lot of the sticks and stuff and bringing it over here so I can push it over the bank. It's doing really good. The teeth might be a little bit close together, but we can tweak it, move the teeth around, but we're gonna give this a try. Justin ran the hair out through the field. Now he's got the rock picker out here, and he's doing every inch of the ground. Picking up mostly sticks, but he's getting a couple of rocks, and he's making this into a really nice bed to plant. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.